So this week, as I said, chiefs of defence will be flocking to Brussels to celebrate. But are you all on the same page when it comes to the threats facing the Union today?
Oh, very much so. I think flocking into celebrations, I think it's a moment of reflection more than celebration. I think it's a time to pause and reflect how far the European military committee, but the European paradigm of security and defence has come as a whole over that period of time. No more so in the last 4 years, and you've mentioned it, Ukraine, which is the number one priority for all of us and the focus of everyone. Although we do come from the geographical spaces throughout Europe, so it's north, south, east and west, and we take all of these things into consideration. But Ukraine, of course, is the primacy and the priority on which we examine it. And this week, of course, with the chiefs of defence, we will be looking at shaping the challenges that influence all of us. What our responses are to that, and through our reflections in our meetings, then we will be looking at the key issues such as the European security strategy, the defence readiness, and primarily then, of course, Ukraine, where we will be joined by General Syrski from Ukrainian forces himself.
And you just mentioned Ukraine this morning, reports of 500 drones, dozens of missiles being fired into Ukraine. A serious escalation in the last couple of days there. Does this forum, though, carry any weight?
Well, this isn't serious escalation. This, unfortunately, is happening on a regular basis. And the extraordinary resilience of the Ukrainian armed forces, but the Ukrainian people as a whole has transformed Ukraine into a fortress nation now. And Ukraine, from a European point of view, is integral to the future security of Europe. So this isn't just beneficiaries of European charity. This is strategic initiative and imperative for Europe.
But can the EU ever transition to this military powerhouse?
The EU doesn't have to transition to a military powerhouse. Let's be very clear. The defence and deterrence of the Euro-Atlantic area, the responsibility for this lies with NATO. Europe brings huge strength in terms of military advices, in terms of economic power, industrial power, and its ability then through its common security and defence policy instruments, to bring stability, security to many areas. We've seen it in the Western Balkans, which was the initial, I suppose, start out through Concordia of the EU Military Committee way back 25 years ago. But since then, when we reflect on what the EU has done, we'll see it in the Middle East through what the EU is trying to do in terms of the Lebanon going forward with the withdrawal of UNIFIL. We see it in terms of our missions and operations, 15 of which we have completed in the last 25 years. Currently, there are 9 live missions and operations. And the power of the EU is exercised, for instance, through our EU military assistant mission, where we have trained 93,000 soldiers of the Ukrainian armed forces to date. And we will continue unrelentingly doing this, and we will shape the future of the armed forces of Ukraine with the help of the 27 member states, working coherently together.
OK, Seán Clancy, thank you so much for coming into us today
on
your news on Europe Today.